Previously on the MPP, I kind of want to revisit our first couple episodes.
Oh, they're so bad. If you think these are bad now,
Oh, we were worse.
trust me, they were a lot worse.
Yeah, back on audio only.
Yeah.
And uh, who did we use? What was it?
Anchor
Anchor, yeah,
does not exist anymore.
was messing up the recordings. So
Yeah.
that
It
was
would just
rough.
completely mess it up.
Yeah, but hey, it's better now. We're on YouTube's, can see our beautiful faces. I think we've improved over this time.
What, our faces or the podcast?
Podcast.
Oh, the podcast. Yeah, I think so.
I think we downgraded on the face.
I don't know. I think, it just depends on the day.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the MPP, the Noah and Patrick podcast. And this is episode number 66. 66. I don't know. Can't name an offensive lineman with 66. Or defensive lineman, they're not really 66, right? They're like more like 90s, 70s,
90s.
50s linebackers. I don't know.
It just depends.
But we are back with another episode. I feel like a lot happened this week, but not major stuff. Well, maybe a couple major stuff that just happened last night, luckily. But I just felt like it was nothing too big happened.
No, I don't really think there was any major sports
No,
stories, at least,
no,
that I can think of.
I didn't think so either. I mean, we got a couple. We're not just gonna.
I mean, enough.
Headlines. Yeah,
There was enough that happened.
there was enough. But go ahead, Noah. What minor headlines do you have this week?
Yeah, so last week we talked about the Dodgers signing Shohei Ohtani to a record-breaking 10-year, $700 million contract. And then they traded for Tyler Glasnow from the Tampa Bay Rays and also gave him a contract extension of $158 million. And now they once again add to their pitching rotation, adding the star free agency pitcher, a lot of people would say, from Japan, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, to a 12-year, $325 million contract, $50 million on top for the signing fee to his team that posted him, and he also got a $50 million signing bonus, which is just part of $325 million. But I think he has 2 opt-out dates that he can use during this 12-year contract, which is good for him. He's a young guy. Maybe the Dodgers don't work out. Try to find a different team.
Yeah.
They haven't said exactly when those are. Like it's 4 years in, 5 years in, whatever. But 12-year, 325. That's nice. Nice little $30 million a year, pretty much.
Yeah, that's wild. The Dodgers get another person. They've spent over $1 billion on like 3 players.
1.1 bill.
Yeah.
Just off the 2. Just off of
just
700
off
million
of
to
Ohtani and
300
Yamamoto.
million. Yep.
All I know is that if we want to see the Giants versus the Dodgers, ticket prices are going to be very high.
Oh yeah, I mean everything in Dodger Stadium is going to be bumped up.
Yeah, I would want to go see a Giants Dodgers game. We'll see how that works, but
we did get to see Shohei already once. Yeah, so
we did. That was our first and only last time.
Yeah, Trout and Ohtani. Nice.
Yeah. Didn't they both hit home runs? No, Ohtani.
No, just Ohtani hit a double, I think, and
Trout hit 2.
Trout hit a home run on the first pitch of the first game of
Yeah,
the year at home for Angels.
that was fun.
Yeah, it was nice. It was a nice. But
Yeah,
yeah, so now the Dodgers have Glasnow, Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, Otani, and Yamamoto. Big
yeah.
five. Probably one of the first um but what are they like the like
Super
a
team.
power super team? Yeah. Um that I could think of. I
This
mean,
isn't even a big three. This is a big five. Like
yeah.
it's wild.
The only
Um,
other team maybe would be the Yankees, who had Rodriguez, Teixeira, Jeter,
mhm.
and I guess Mariano Rivera. But I don't know. Like, there could probably be one or two other people you can put on there, but not like this. I think this is probably one of the most stacked teams that, or stacked up players.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say team
team,
overall. I
but
still think the Braves might have the most stacked team, but that's also like an in-house kind of
yeah,
team.
yeah. Should be wild. And the Giants didn't sign anyone, so
Not yet.
I guess we're looking forward to maybe Blake Snell or who else is the other guy
I
out
think
there?
it's probably going to be Blake Snell, unless they do a trade for like Corbin Burns. But Blake Snell, I think, is the one they should probably go for.
Yeah, great. Blake Snell. He's probably not going to even have a Cy Young year when he's on the Giants.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
Well, next I got also continuing off of last week, the Pistons. They were on a 20 game, 22 game losing streak last
Yeah.
week. They have now increased that losing streak to 25 straight games. The record for one season is 26 straight games, and
Ooh.
total is 28 that went off spanned over 2 seasons. So 28 is the real mark here. That if they hit it, they will be making history. Or they hit 29, they'll be making history. So right now they're at 25.
Yeah.
The next 4 games of the month are the Nets back to back, which those are tough games for them.
Nets
The
are hot.
Nets are not a
They're,
bad team at
they're a
all.
good team.
And then they face the Celtics.
Mm.
So that right there will be the 28th loss if they lose those three in a row.
Dang.
And then they face the Raptors on the 30th,
Still not
at
an easy
home
game.
for the record. So
Wow.
Pistons at home against the Raptors, December 30th. If they lose their next 3 games, they will be playing for history. I expect that stadium to be packed to see if they lose or not.
It's like a reverse sellout.
Hey, witness history. 29 straight losses. You start off the season 2-29. Your last win was in October.
Yeah.
That's rough. That is a really rough
So
way to start the year.
last night they were actually favored to win, to beat the Jazz, and they lost. Which that's tough. And they were also at home. So
Yeah, the Jazz. I also have something here for the Jazz. So the Jazz had 8 players out of
oh my god.
that game last night, which is why they were favored. And the players out included Jordan Clarkson, Keontae George, Talon Horton Tucker, Laurie Markkinen. Like 4 of their best players,
Yeah.
4 of their starters
Yeah.
are 6 man
Can you
Keontae
name
George.
you I can't even name you another player.
And that's not even including the other 4 players that were out here. But
They
um,
probably had a what, 7 man lineup? 8 man lineup?
I mean, they
Rotation?
but look, we can't discredit Colin Sexton. Okay, Colin Sexton has
Okay,
been there
Sexton,
before.
yeah.
He has won a game with 3 players on his team.
True.
So, but yeah,
Olenek had 27. Chris Dunn had 10 assists. Sexton had 19 and 8. John Collins and Fontocchi. I don't know who that guy is.
yeah, but very sad. Cade Cunningham had a great game last night. It's just supporting cast. I mean, even Marvin Bagley had 20 points, I believe. Jaden Ivey had like 8 assists, something like
Yeah.
that. So, it's not like uh, the whole team didn't play that well. It's just They cannot find a way to win games.
Oh
And
yeah, they drafted the Thompson brother.
yeah, and he's been having a good year too to start off. He's kind of like a Draymond Green type of guy. Very has defensive minded, grabs rebounds. Um,
Yeah.
like a spark plug type guy, and energy guy. But yeah, Wingstop gets involved, so Wingstop has a promotion where when they actually win a game, they'll get 5 free wings out for an online purchase. So that's the promotion for Wingstop. But so far, I mean, it's working well for Wingstop.
Wait, what was
They
the
haven't had
promotion? When they
they give out five wings for free, like
Yeah.
for their first win, like when they win.
Oh,
When the
I
Pistons
think
win, they give out 5 free for an online purchase or something like that.
I think they've had the deal the whole season. And so
Per win,
every win they give out, you know how like if you
yeah,
reach 100 points, you get a free jumbo jack or something. I
yeah.
think every win they were gonna give out wings, and then people are like, "Well, this is awkward."
Yeah,
They
Wingstop
haven't.
has made out with this deal right here. They haven't had to give out any free things.
Well,
So
yeah, that's true. I don't know how you want to look at it, but
yeah, free promotion on every Twitter post. There was even that little thing going around where it looked like Wingstop was beating the Pistons because of how close they're putting the Wingstop logo under the team that the Pistons were losing to.
dang,
But um, yeah, that's it. We'll see the next week if
yeah,
week and a half if the Pistons can win a game.
yeah, probably next podcast or the one after that.
Yeah, it'd probably be the one after, I think, right? Or the day of. I don't know. We'll see. But
Maybe we'll do a
next,
stream.
yeah, next we got
Maybe we'll go to the game.
I would that would be history. Be part of history. Who knows? They'll jack up the prices though on the tickets. I doubt it. I doubt anyone's going to that game. Um, we have crazy NFL playoff pushes going on over the next couple of weeks here. Probably one of the most competitive playoff pushes in a while. I know last year was pretty crazy, but I think it was between like 3 teams. Like
Yeah,
right now. So let's do a quick look at the AFC. Um, 6 and 7 seed, the Bengals and the Colts are both 8 and 6, and you have the 8 and 9 seed, Buffalo and Houston, both 8 and 6, just out, and then you have Pittsburgh, Denver, 7 and 7, trying to get in also. Um, and then Las Vegas, 6 and 8, who mathematically they're not out yet, but
not
we
like
won't really be looking at
there's a
them.
lot of
Yeah,
teams ahead of them. Then
yeah, and Las Vegas, I think they have a tough schedule coming up. So the last 3 games. Um, but right here, like Bengals, Colts, Houston, Buffalo, Denver playing well. Pittsburgh hasn't been playing that well, so we'll kind of just
yep,
leave them on the outside. But um, that little playoff push right there is going to be fun to watch over the next 3 weeks. I think it'll probably end up being Buffalo and Colts make it. I don't know if the Bengals. It's just the Bengals.
the Bengals could do it.
They could,
I
but
I I really just gotta see the rest of the schedule.
yeah,
But I think for sure Buffalo, Houston making the playoffs would be awesome.
it's
Um,
just tough without Stroud playing this week, and who
yeah,
knows
I don't know if
for
they
the
can
next two
pull it
weeks.
off again.
Yeah.
Yeah, snuck one in there last week against the Titans. Um, who was the other teams? Bills, Colts.
It was Houston, Bills, Colts, Bengals, Pittsburgh, and Denver.
Mm.
So,
Yeah, I
um,
think Pittsburgh's out. They don't have enough offense. Denver, probably not.
yeah, it's just their offense is also kind of lacking. But they win this week, the couple losses from the other teams, you never
Yeah.
know.
But it's
Uh,
also crazy too in the NFC, right? Like
yeah,
the Niners get the first round by Dallas, Eagles. Who else
also,
is
real
there?
quick before we go to NFC, but AFC, don't count out the Chargers. They're still mathematically in 5 and 9. Okay, so it's NFC. Yeah, San Francisco, Dallas, Detroit, Philly, Tampa is the fourth seed right now because the division. They're
Vision.
7-7, and then there's the Rams at six with 8-7 record. They just won. Minnesota 7-7 at seven, and then we have Seattle, New Orleans. Oh, sorry, Seattle 7-7, New Orleans 7-8 because they just lost, and then Atlanta, Green Bay 6-8, both close because 7-7 is Vikings. Um, And then you can't even really count out the 5-9 teams right now because the 7-7 wild card. You
No.
have the Giants 5-9. I'd be really surprised the Giants make it.
Tommy
Um,
Cutlets.
and then Chicago 5-9, which they have like a 3% chance. Which I'm not expecting them to make it, but they're not out mathematically. Can't count them out. But
They're not out until they're out.
but like the wild card race is heating up, and also the what is it, the NFC South division with
Yeah.
Tampa. So Tampa 7-7. New
I,
Orleans
I,
7-8.
I just think it's
Atlanta six and
crazy.
eight.
Yeah, I think it's crazy that the Eagles and Dallas they're gonna have over 10 wins and they're gonna be bumped um to play a better team in the first
Yeah.
round.
So they're both 10-4 right now. Um, Dallas I believe has the hardest schedule, and the Eagles
Yeah.
face the Giants. So
I
Giants
kind
could be
of
out after this week.
yeah. I kind of like that the best record gets the first round bye. Like you
Yeah.
don't have two teams or whatever getting a first round bye. If top seed, best record, you get a first round bye. Everyone else has to play week one.
Yeah. But yeah, there we go. The NFC is a lot more teams. There's 13 teams technically right now
Yeah,
that aren't out, and then the AFC has 11,
yeah,
12. Count the Raiders. So
nice.
close, very exciting stuff. Definitely a few teams will be knocked out after this week. Um,
Yeah,
but
we may actually
fun
have
to
good
watch.
games all the way until the end. No one's gonna be sitting their players. So all
Yeah,
must win
at the
games.
very least, playing for a bye, especially in the NFC. There's
Yeah,
three, almost four teams trying to get that bye,
yeah,
and AFC, even the AFC, there's like three teams trying to get the bye. So
should be fun. I guess it's on to my headlines this week. First with John Morant coming back in his first game after being suspended for the first 25 games. Uh, the Grizzlies managed to get to 9-16. The record without Morant is not great. Um, but John Morant came back. What was that, Wednesday, Thursday night, and he put up pretty good stats, and he won the game for him on a game-winning like layup, I think. So I think it's gonna be good for the Grizzlies to have John Morant back. He's pretty much the whole team, honestly, without John Morant. It's kind of like Draymond without the Warriors, you know? It's
Draymond without the Warriors. Yeah,
like the Warriors without Draymond. Draymond.
like
Tough.
you're saying the Warriors need Draymond?
No, I'm not saying that. The Warriors have won the last two games, barely, but who needs them? Trade them. But yeah, John Morant back in the
Needs him.
NBA, and it looked like a lot of NBA players were happy to have him back. Crazy that he flashed a gun twice on social media. Just still wild, still wild. So
Yeah, I mean, now he probably won't do it ever again. So hopefully he. But now he's back, and I think a lot of people kind of forgot how good he was. And
yeah,
he comes back, he hits a game winner, he drops like 30 points.
yeah,
Grizzlies win back-to-back games. It's like as long as he can follow the rules, the NBA rules at the
yeah.
very least.
Hmm.
Uh, and who knows, maybe he'll get back into the conversation as the future face of the NBA.
Yeah. future face. Yeah,
Because at one point he was a lot of people were saying that he was the next guy up. You know, him, Luca, Zion,
yeah.
Giannis. When LeBron's gone, Curry's gone.
Hmm. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting once everyone retires.
And it's all gonna happen pretty like
I all at the same
back to
time, right?
back. Yeah,
Yeah,
like I'm sure when LeBron goes, KD's not that far behind. Steph's not that far behind. Clay's probably not that far behind.
yeah,
Draymond's probably retiring soon. Um, it's a lot of those guys. A lot of the people who were in the finals going against each other are uh, are gone.
yeah,
Going to be gone soon.
yeah. And then on to a little fallout for the Pac-12 conference. A Oregon State and Washington State, I guess, was in court dealing with a settlement for all the other 10 schools leaving. And so the settlement was that Oregon State and Washington State get like a portion of the revenue that was already in the Pac-12. So and then, after their efforts and everything, they were going to keep it the Pac-2, but now it looks like um they're going to be included in the West Coast Conference with who's in the West Coast Conference? San Jose State, Fresno State, Boise, right? All those teams in that conference, West Coast Conference. So, just a little fallout there, and it's gonna be interesting to see how that works. Also, Oregon was able to switch the schedule around so to keep the Civil War game
Yeah,
going each year. They signed a deal where they'll play Oregon State in the first three games of the season. So that's cool. Good for them.
yeah. It's just that stuff that's probably going to be missed
Sorry,
a
not the
lot.
West Coast Conference, the Mountain West Conference. Sorry,
Okay. Yeah.
same
I
thing.
mean, eventually they could change it to West Coast Conference or something.
Yeah,
I know that was talk for a while that they could create the West Coast Conference. Yeah, but that's the only thing about all these, I guess, realignments changing conferences is the rivalries. Like the Oregon versus Oregon State, Washington versus Washington State.
yeah,
Um, UC and UCLA are following each other, I believe so. That will probably stay, but stuff like that where the dedicated fans will
yeah,
miss. I'm not a dedicated fan, but like traditional
yeah.
fans who have been
Traditional,
around
yeah,
for years who still go to the
members,
games
yeah,
and they're like 80 years old.
yeah.
Yeah,
Season ticket members,
yeah, exactly.
boosters,
Stuff like that is gonna be missed. It's just like a professional teams.
yeah. And then finally, my last headline. It's not really a headline, but a couple questions for us to answer. Maybe TikTok clips. So get ready, Noah. There's a lot of teams that people are fans of, and so I want to ask the question: which which team is like the worst team to be a fan of, like right now? Right.
Out of all, are you asking that's the question right now?
That's the question. Between these two teams, so the first one is: would you rather be a Chargers fan right now, or would you rather be a Angels fan right now? So which one is better and which one is worse?
I feel like a Chargers fan's probably better. You have more promise in the team. I mean, you're
Yeah,
you're led by a Justin Herbert, young guy.
yeah.
Um, you have pieces there. You're gonna change coaching. Like there's a lot more to look forward to as a Chargers fan.
Mhm.
Um, I think if the Angels had traded Shohei and gotten a return from Shohei instead of going all in on the season for that dumb reason where they made like four trades and traded away a couple
Or
of their best prospects
Giolito.
for players that they ended up just releasing
Yeah.
before the season even ended anyways, then maybe the Angels would be closer. But right now, other than the A's, I think the Angels are in the worst spot of any
Yeah.
Major League Baseball team out there. I can't think of another team um,
Like what are the
that's
positives
worse
of
set
the
up for the
Angels?
future.
Mike
That
Trout,
doesn't Mike Trout doesn't play
Rendon.
half a season. Rendon hasn't played more than 100 games in the last 4 years. Like, I don't know what there is to look forward to as an Angels fan.
Yeah.
If I'm an Angels fan, I don't even want them to make any big moves. Like,
Yeah.
it's just gonna waste money for like who's gonna want to play for the Angels right now, anyways.
Yeah.
I
Exactly.
think you have to trade Trout, and at this point, you won't even get that much for him that you would have if you had traded him 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So I'd rather be a Chargers fan,
Yeah.
but I'd rather be a San Diego Charger fan than an LA one.
Yeah. Don't tell Andrew. Yeah, I just think the Chargers have, it's if the Chargers didn't have a QB, um, like if they had, I don't know, Drew Lock or something, like I think it would be a harder choice. But I think Herbert just they just signed him to a big huge contract. They're gonna get like a good head coach, hopefully, maybe Jim Harbaugh. So yeah, it's definitely more potential for the Chargers than the Angels.
And they have good
Uh,
pieces. So
Yeah, exactly. The next two that I was thinking of is the Commanders, the Washington football team, or the Cardinals, football team, Arizona Cardinals.
Arizona Cardinals or the Washington Commanders. I am not a fan of the Washington Commanders. The fact that they traded Montez Sweat and Chase Young.
Yeah, you got new ownership. Riviera is probably gonna be or Rivera is gonna be fired at the end of the season. You got Eric Bieniemy maybe taking over.
Short term, definitely not the Commanders. Maybe long term, the Commanders, like in the next 10 years,
So
maybe
you think
like
short
that
term with the
long.
Cardinals?
Short term, at least they have two first round picks this
Okay,
year. They can turn them
sure.
around if they want to trade them for
Yeah.
impact players or draft impact players. Um, Kyler Murray is better than Sam Howell, I believe. Um, I mean, I think Cardinals
So
draft better.
are you going
Like,
come? Oh, you're going Cardinals, yeah.
I'd rather be a Cardinals fan right now than Commanders.
Yeah, there is a lot of hope though. I would say in the
Oh
Commanders,
yeah,
they
I
did
think the
trade away
Commanders.
Sweat and Chase Young. They didn't just like cut them and then dump them. So
Yeah, but I also believe they didn't get. I mean, they got a good return, but I think they probably should kept one of them,
yeah,
signed one of them for a long term. But it's tough. It's tough to be a Commander. I think they will be good eventually. Maybe in 5 years though.
yeah. And then finally the last two real quick. Who is gonna win a championship next? The Washington Wizards or the Washington Nationals?
I
There's
mean, the
also
word.
talk, I don't know if you heard, there's talk that the Wizards may move to Virginia. So
Yeah, but I mean that's
I
still
doubt it.
basically Washington. Um,
It's not.
it's basically they're not that far. Probably the Nationals. The Nationals just drafted a great player, Crew, Dylan Crew. So, um,
They're on the right track.
yeah, I mean they made good trades. I mean they traded Juan Soto for a haul,
No.
like a haul. Like Abrams is up. He had a good nice season last year. I think he hit 20 homers. As a shortstop or second baseman, either one.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a I can't remember his first name, but the guy Wood they traded for also from the Padres. He's coming up. So um, they have a lot of promise. They have a lot of promise. Wizards, probably the second worst run franchise right now, next to the Pistons. The Wizards have no hope.
They have no defense. Jordan Poole's just
Kuzma
not
doesn't look bad.
yeah,
Poole
Kuzma.
has looked pretty bad sometimes, but he also has his moments, of course, you know. But
Yeah. They also have a VG or whatever.
yeah, I mean the Wizards do have some good pieces, but I really don't know how they turn it around. They've been bad. They've been bad.
I think it's easier to win a championship maybe in the NBA.
I don't
than the
know.
MLBs.
I feel like the NBA it's a lot of like when you're good in the NBA, you're good for a while.
Yeah,
You know? Well, in baseball, the Nationals just won one like in 2019 or whatever it
and they're
was,
bad. So
and they're bad, and then they can be good again. Like it's just like that, like this.
that's true.
You draft the right, you have the right couple guys coming up in the next couple years. You're
Right
good.
farm system. Yeah.
Yeah.
But those are my headlines and questions for this week. If you enjoyed those, let us know. What do you want to move to?
Us want to do the picks and then Weddle, or if you have time for Weddle,
Yeah, let's do the picks.
we don't need to do Weddle if we don't have time.
Hmm. All right, picks. We're doing only Sunday picks, right?
Only Sunday picks because we post this on Saturdays. So for me, I got I got one position only this week.
I saw that.
So we're
I was gonna try to go with the trend, but
you couldn't find any other good one.
yeah, I mean, I got
Uh,
one.
yeah,
I got one.
I took a lot of the good ones. So we're going tight ends only. David Njoku higher than 49.5 receiving yards against the Houston Texans. Um, he's
He's
had
been,
two back-to-back
yeah,
huge games. So
he's been Flacco's favorite target. So
30 games to charm, you know. Kyle Pitts, I believe he's one of Taylor Heineke's favorite targets. So I'm going 37.5 receiving yards against the Colts. And then to my team, who are going to make the playoffs this year, the Chicago Bears, Cole Kmet, higher than 37.5 receiving yards, second best option next to DJ Moore on the team. So
nice. That was good. My one tight end pick is Noah's boy Trey McBride. He's been choosing this guy. I'm surprised he didn't go with this week as well. I'm going higher than 60 and a half receiving yards for Trey McBride. It seems like that's the only guy on the field for Kyler Murray to throw
yeah,
to.
last week he had half of Kyler Murray's yards. So
Yeah. So easily the favorite target of the offense. Next, I think this should be an easy win on this one. I'm going with the Broncos. Jerry Judy higher than 37 and a half receiving yards. I just think that's very low. Cortland Sutton does get most of the bulk of it, but I think Jerry Judy against New England should be pretty good. And then finally, go a little running back for the last one if you want. We're going to the Seattle Tennessee game, and we're not going with Zach Charbonnet. We're going with Derrick Henry, higher than 15 and a half rushing attempts. So
risky.
also too, the 9.5 receiving yards, he has hit that twice in the past 3 weeks. So I think they do like a little screen pass to him, and then he'll get like at least 10 yards.
Yeah,
So another
nice.
one to keep an eye on. And those are our underdog picks. Let us know if you're riding with those or you're fading those picks.
You sound so dumb.
I know. I just wanted to just
Just the way you say it.
just
All right. Quick wait. We'll see if we get it in two picks, two attempts.
two tips.
If not, then
It is what it
this is
is.
just going to end with a cliffhanger.
An actual ending on a cliffhanger.
This could end on a cliffhanger. Weddle.
uh Zach Charbonnet.
Let's do it. Zach Charbonnet. Let's do a running back, young guy. Okay, I like it. He's kind of big, kind of tall. 6'1". Okay.
Not a running.
AFC, not a running back.
Could be a wide receiver
Low number wide receiver.
or a QB. Short QB.
Who's the AFC short QB right now?
Russell Wilson.
Yeah, it
We
could.
already had
Well,
Russell Wilson though.
the age is close to 22 though, so I wouldn't go
Oh
Russell
yeah, huh.
Wilson.
Short. Zach Wilson.
Yeah, let's throw Zach out there. Why not?
Is he 6'1"? It's fine. He's
He's
fine.
close enough, probably. Like 6'2".
Oh,
AFC East QB 24.
dang it.
So I mean,
Almost had it on
it
toast.
has to be Mac Jones, right?
Mac Jones.
It has to be. Who else is it gonna be? It can't be Josh Allen. Zappy? What number is that?
Oh yeah. Because it's New England. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
good.
it has to be.
Nice.
Let's see. Like, easy, quick one there for you
Easy,
guys.
quick one.
Right there, context clues.
Wow. NFL is way easier than NBA. I'm not gonna
Yeah, and the NBA one doesn't even pop on the TikTok, so there's no point even doing it. We retired from Podal
retire from total. Then we'll
until
throw it in there a little bit.
NFL's done.
Even NFL offseason, we're still doing Weddle.
Yeah, honestly. If there's any big news, throw the Weddle out there.
Exactly.
The
But
NFL tag.
that is the end of episode number 66. Hopefully everyone enjoyed. Let us know what you're thinking or what's on your Christmas wish list. Comment that down below. Uh maybe it's a Bears playoff run. Maybe it's a Pistons win. Maybe it's a PS5. The list is endless.
Those are all just miracles.
True.
Except maybe the PS5 is probably easier to find now, but
Probably
uh,
easier than a Pistons win, yeah.
yeah, and a Bears playoff run, that 3% chance. Yeah. But I
But
will be locked in on that Bears game. If they win, I will be checking every other game. I don't care if Carolina has to win. I don't care. I want a Bears playoff run.
dang. Okay, you heard it here first for the biggest Bears fan in California.
The only
Um,
Bears fan, California.
basically,
Much
follow us on
pissed.
TikTok at the MPP Live for all the best content and subscribe to our channel. And we'll see everyone in the next one.
Yeah.
See ya.